The saying, if at first you don't succeed, try again, holds true for Representative Clark Johnson. Although his second try at running for the House happened nearly 3 decades after his first, the North Mankato resident experienced a better outcome.
That you will faithfully discharge the duties of the office to which you have just been elected to the best of your ability, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Welcome. Easy as that.
I have learned as I've aged that wisdom does come with age to some degree, and I found it was a lot more pleasant, and I felt like a much better candidate this go around, and maybe that's why I won this time instead of the other time. But I basically, between those, in that 28 period of time, I raised a family, I established my profession, I became a longer member of my community.
Representative Johnson knows the community he represents well. You could say like the back of his hand.
This is now in the district, this neighborhood, this is Sibley Park neighborhood, and then it goes up and...
Although he will have new territory to navigate as a representative, he comes to the House on a mission.
I had been really disillusioned and discouraged over the last 10 years by how the state had allowed itself to slip by being very narrow in its approach to the budget. And I just thought Minnesota is the Minnesota that I moved to 35 years ago. And I thought this was an opportunity because I knew that my party would be in the majority in both houses, in the House and the Senate, and the governor's seat. And there was no doubt in my mind that places the responsibility on the DFL majority. And so when I saw that, I thought, well, maybe I should do this. And my wife was encouraging, and so I decided to do it after talking to a bunch of people and trying to sort it through because I saw that opportunity. And so that's what makes this exciting. So that's how I got here now. I had no intention of running. I was not looking for a political career, but I have been for the last 2 months now. So I've been a politician for about 2 months.
Representative Johnson is ready to get to work for the people of his district.
Did you make any campaign pledges to your district? If so, what were they?
One message was, we need a stable budget built on fair taxes that looks to the future. I also talked about working really determinedly on projects that are needed in our county and in our district. And that specifically is the Highway 14 project that needs to be expanded to 4-lane. Safety issue, it's a commercial issue, it's long overdue. Everyone where I live knows this well. The second project is a little less well known, and it's the Minnesota Security Hospital, and I feel really strongly about that too. That is has increasingly been a dangerous place for our people to work and for the patients who are living there. And part of it is an inadequate facility, that it's just old and there's blind spots and it's not conducive to a secure, safe place for our employees, our state employees, to work there, and also the patients who live there. And that needs to be redone. So that's a second set of things that I just ran on. My daughter calls me a hedgehog. I 1 foot after the other. You stick with it, and I'm going to stick with those projects. We're going to work until they're done. And then the third thing is, you talk about when I was years ago after I ran. Well, after that, I was a young father, a young husband, and trying to raise a family. It's hard on young families to raise a family. And there's a lot of pressures. It's hard to pay the gas bills, and it's hard to, cash flow is always an issue in those families. And I just really thought about how, here I'm in a different stage of my life, and really my wife April and I were beneficiaries of good public education. We got good college degrees. We were able to establish ourselves professionally and over time raise that family and now look forward to a pretty stable retirement. I think what I've been able to get is merited by everybody in Minnesota. So working for opportunities, particularly for young families.
How would you like people in your district to judge if you were a successful legislator or not at the end of the session?
Part of it is how I deal with them. I hope they feel that I'm accessible, that I listen. I talked a lot about, I'm not an expert. I'm very much a citizen legislator. I'm not a career politician, I'm a career citizen. I've been active as a citizen. And so I see it in many ways from that angle, as just another taxpayer citizen of Minnesota having the opportunity to serve. So am I listening to them? Am I learning from them? That was a goal I expressed in the campaign. I think in general, I think it's very fair, as I alluded to earlier, to judge the overall work of this session on how we deal with the budget. You know, are we going to be able to balance the budget in a very open, rational way that provides for some stability, that provides for a fairer tax system, but mostly looks towards the future, that builds Minnesota towards a more robust future. And I think at the end of the session, I think it's very fair for us to be judged. I will be judged both as an individual, but also as a member of this session and as a member of the ruling party, whatever. And I think that's fair. I expect them to do that.
It may have taken nearly 3 decades for Representative Johnson to become a member of the Minnesota House of Representatives. But perhaps the wait to represent his district makes it all the sweeter.
They've trusted me with their vote. They've trusted me with their tax money, and that's a deep honor. And so I take it seriously, and I'm working hard, and I deeply appreciate the opportunity. Maybe when you wait 28 years, that's how it happens. But I'm very pleased to have it, and I hope I can do well by them.